Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering something incredible has happened. Your body stops aging. Not just slowing down, completely stops. No wrinkles, no gray hair, no deterioration. You look exactly as you do right now, forever. Sounds amazing, right? A dream come true. But here's the thing. It might be the worst thing that could ever happen to humanity, and not for the reasons you think. Let's talk about what happens to your body when you stop aging. First, you need to understand that aging isn't just about looking old. It's your body's way of removing damaged cells. Every single day, your cells make copies of themselves. Sometimes those copies are imperfect. They get mutations. They become dysfunctional. Your body has mechanisms to destroy these broken cells, but those mechanisms slow down over time. That's partly why we age. If aging stopped completely, those damaged cells would accumulate. Cancer rates would skyrocket. Your immune system would become overloaded trying to handle billions of defective cells. You wouldn't just stay young, you'd become increasingly sick while looking perfectly healthy. It's like a computer running the same programs forever without clearing out corrupted files. Eventually, it doesn't matter how nice the monitor looks, the system crashes. But let's say we solve that problem. Let's imagine we somehow prevent all cellular damage and disease. Now we've got a different nightmare on our hands. Population growth would become catastrophic. Right now, humans die. We cycle out. Parents die, kids take over. The world renews itself. It's sad, but it's necessary. If nobody aged and nobody died, except maybe in accidents, the global population wouldn't stabilize. It would grow forever. Every person born would need to keep living forever. Think about that math. 7.9 billion people today, plus everyone born tomorrow and the day after, and every day for the next 1,000 years, for the next million years. Where do they live? How do we feed them? How do we manage resources? We're already struggling with 8 billion people. Now imagine 20 billion, 100 billion, a trillion. Humanity would face an impossible choice: stop having children completely or collapse under the weight of our own existence. And if we stopped having children, we'd lose something fundamental to the human experience: parenthood, the future generations, hope itself. But there's something even darker we haven't considered yet. Psychologically, we're not equipped to live forever. Our brains need something called temporal perspective. We need to know our time is limited. That scarcity of time is what makes life meaningful. Right now, you care about your relationships because you know they could end. You pursue goals because time is running out. You appreciate sunsets because there are only so many you'll see. Imagine removing that constraint. You have infinite sunsets ahead of you. Every friendship you make could last forever. Every project you start could never finish because you literally have all the time in the world. Research on people who believe they have unlimited time shows something interesting. They actually accomplish less. They procrastinate more. They care less deeply. Without death to define our mortality, would anything matter? Would we even know how to live? There's also the problem of inequality. If we stopped aging tomorrow, would it be equal? In reality, probably not. The wealthy would get it first. They'd get the treatments, the technologies, the access. Soon you'd have a class of immortal billionaires and regular mortals. Can you imagine the power imbalance? They could accumulate resources for centuries while you're gone in 80 years. They could accumulate knowledge, influence, political power. You couldn't possibly compete. We'd create a permanent ruling class. Democracy becomes meaningless when some people have 500 years of experience and compound wealth, while others have a regular lifespan. And then there's the psychological torture of it all. Imagine losing everyone you love. You meet someone, fall in love, build a life together, then 80 years later they die. You're still young, still 35, still have forever ahead. So you find someone else, fall in love again. 80 years pass, they die too, again and again, forever. Humans could handle that once, maybe twice, but 10 times, 100 times, watching everyone you care about crumble to dust while you stay young and alive? That's not immortality, that's a horror story. Some people might say, well, if nobody ages, nobody dies. But that's where you're wrong. People would still die. Accidents happen. Diseases mutate. Suicide would become epidemic. Some people would eventually just walk into traffic or jump off a building because the endless monotony of existence becomes unbearable. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Death isn't a bug in the human experience. It's a feature. It's what makes life finite, precious, and meaningful. It's what drives us forward. It's what makes us care. The real miracle isn't that we might someday stop aging. The real miracle is that we're here at all, right now, with a limited amount of time, and we're squandering so much of it worrying about things that don't matter. If we stopped aging tomorrow, we wouldn't become immortals living in paradise. We'd become immortals trapped in purgatory. We'd trade meaning for eternity and lose everything that made us human in the process. The good news? We don't have to wonder what that would be like. We don't have to make that mistake. We can focus on living better right now, while we still have the gift of scarcity. Because sometimes, the best thing about your life isn't that it lasts forever, it's that it doesn't.